Jurgen Klopp beginnt, FC Liverpool Pressekonferenz.
Last night, a similar format, if you could raise your hand and indicate that you'd like to ask a question to Mr. Klopp. I think the majority of the answers will be in German unless the manager chooses to answer English questions in English answers. That will be his prerogative. So, guys, any takers to begin with? If you'd like to raise your hand to indicate for the microphone. I think Paul is... no? Okay, sorry. Hasn't got the headphones in. Who'd like to kick us off? Gentleman in the middle row there, if we can get a microphone.
Herr Klopp,
Herr Klopp, you're a very competitive man. Do you think that's really a shame that you lost this game in the penalty shoot, or do you just say it's a good training camp? Apart from everything's good? Both things. You know, if you get to a penalty shootout, you want to win it. But that's not the important situation that we have today. The boys played really well today. They're absolutely very good in their preparations. You couldn't have a more difficult job than today. Like a team against Atletico Madrid who just gets results and results. And we had lots of substitutions. And we were a bit tired through all the training. So it can't be easy for you. If you could do it better, then great. In the first half, we had a few nice moments where we had some good crosses, and it was really tight then. When we conceded, we didn't quite see what happened. We didn't think straight away, and the formation wasn't 100%. You know, one lost challenge with the header shouldn't mean that you go behind. I think in the second half we played much better, you know, but the situation continued to be very difficult. But we really needed that penalty and really went for that penalty. And then we got the penalty shootout, we lost it. But I'm not absolutely down and out about it. Herr Klopp, what do you take from this, and what are your goals for this season? So I just told you what I think about with everything, how the preparations have gone. You know, we've really trained very hard. The boys have been really great about that. They've done everything that I've expected from them. We've had a very intensive program. So that is why I'm very, very happy with that. You know, we've got to get this freshness that we've got to have. We didn't have that today. But we still have 1.5 weeks before our first game. That's just the time that we need to prepare for that and how we imagined it would go. So I'm satisfied with how it is. It's very, very easy in the next season. We want to be as good as possible and get as good. We want to be better than last year, which isn't easy either. You know, we don't set any limits to ourselves. But maybe some opponents might say that, but we don't say that. Herr Klopp, the football world, things have happened outside of the Audi Cup here in the football world. Neymar, it looks like he's going to PSG for 22 million euros. What do you say when you hear about transfer fees like that? And maybe all this money in, you know, what do you say? Does FC Liverpool compete in that kind of years? There are clubs that can pay fees like that, can pay transfer fees like that. Man City and PSG, and everyone knows that. And I thought fair play was made so that situations like that can't happen. But that's more of a suggestion than a real rule. I don't know. I don't understand that. For me, I don't know how it happens. But as always, That's not the next step, I hope. I hope that it'll stay an exception, but you don't know. Herr Klopp, how ready are you for the Champions League, and that you will also maybe play against a very strong team? These games are always very important, and you're playing at the top level. So it's very important how you're prepared and what kind of state of mind you're in. You know, if you want to win, of course, obviously you want to have a smaller opponent. But, you know, we played against Bayern yesterday and we can play much better. But we're very tired today, and we want to make life as difficult as possible for our opponents. You know, the only thing that happened here today was just the goal we conceded. We had 20 chances on goal, you know, and so you've got to really do something out of that. But Atletico is a very strong team. So, I mean, for very, very many players, this is a real experience, you know, and we had a few players there too. So generally speaking, so it's a perverse situation that you bring the players into a situation and make them play a game when they shouldn't be playing. But there are other mechanisms there. Many things were really good about this. You know, everything went really well. With one and two players, things maybe didn't work out so well. But, you know, I'm really happy that we still have 1.5 weeks, and I'm happy that we don't have to play tomorrow.
Assess his performance, and do you see him as a first-team option this season if you don't make any more additions at centre-back?
No, how you know, Joe can play both positions. So seine eigene Übersetzung ist auch scheiße. He can play both positions, so it makes absolute sense that we tried on both positions, especially in our situation with Klein is injured on the way back, but he had no preseason so far. So for him, it will not be only tied until Watford. It's pretty much impossible. So we have, in the moment, 3 options then for this position. I think it's Trent, it's Joe, and it's Flano. So all of them played the position, and now we have to bring them through the next 1.5 weeks. Hopefully Kleine can come back then after this, and then we will have to make a decision for the first. But I think it's very important, especially Joe, after a long injury last year. Then in the last season he came back in the middle of the season, was not as quick, for example, as he was before. So, but he got all back. That's good. He's in a good shape, in a really good shape, and so very important for us that we could bring him on both positions.
Final question.
Herr Klopp, Sie haben eben gesagt.
Herr Klopp, you just said, Klein, was it a surprise how difficult they were? Wherever you play and you go to China or wherever, it doesn't matter. You know, you've got to come back and play. That's part of life. We've done 2 trips there, so that's just the way it is. Thank you very much.